Hey, welcome to the Crypto Wig YouTube channel. If you like this content, please like, subscribe and comment. Find any useful links down below in the video description. So I'm going to take you on a bit of a speculative adventure based upon a comment from Harry Ye about a target of reaching 2 billion tomb printed. So you can see the comment over here from Harry stating that they wish to print 2 billion tomb in order to match the number of phantom that exist for the use cases which are intended of creating more liquidity for phantom trading, essentially. So coming over to the spreadsheet to do the sort of speculative maths, if we're currently taking a T-share to be worth $10,000 and 5,000 phantom at a price of $2, tomb at a price of $2, and the peg to be 1, the current supply to be 180,000. Now this maths does not take into account that there's actually a debt at the moment where there are around 40 odd million in the treasury tomb balance, which reduces this number, but let's just pretend for this maths that that doesn't exist. The amount that they wish to produce is 2 billion. The current amount that exists is 180 million, which creates a deficit of 1.82 billion tomb. Now, taking the total supply of 70,000, which is not the case currently, so this number which exists, or should I say more accurately, the amount that's staked is 36,000 tombs, so that would change the maths ever so slightly. But just let's go off of the 70,000 that are going to exist and pretend that they're all staked, as that represents the worst case scenario. If you were to own 1 T-share, just to make the maths easier, because then if you own 0.1 of a T-share you can divide by 10, or if you own 10 you can multiply by 10. You can quite easily get from 1 to whatever it is that you actually own. That means that if you own 1 and there are 70,000, your share of that pool is currently 0.0000143. So if you're going to print 1.8 billion and you have a share of this number here, you take the number in B13. So you see, you take B13, which is your share of the amount which we're going to print, and that means that you're going to receive, over the duration of those prints, 26,000 tomb. Now if tomb is worth $2, that means that you're going to receive $52,000. So by investing $10,000 you will pull out $52,000, plus you'll still own the T-share that you started off with. So for 10k in you would end up with $62,000. Now this doesn't take into account that you could actually compound this, so every time that this prints and you receive a reward, you could then take that and go and reinvest it. What I would do is add it together with some phantom and create LP, and then be earning more T-shares, so that number would be increasing, and that hedges your risk to when the peg is below 1.01, which it currently is, and this not printing, as the mechanism works that way. So how many days would it take for you to earn this amount of money, provided that the peg remained more than 1.01, which is where it needs to be to actually print? So each one of these, so we take the 180,000 and we're going to add 1% to this. So we're going to take G1, which is this number here, which is the 180 million tokens. We're going to multiply it by 0.01, so that is a 1% increment on this number here. We're then going to multiply it by 0.8, as only 80% of the 1% is actually paid to the people who are staking, and then we add that number together. So this part here is the amount that you're going to print, and that is how much already exists. So if we do that, then every time that we print, we will add 1% multiplied by 0.8, so 0.8% basically, to the previous amount that existed. So if we go all the way down and we just pull this maths all the way down so that it replicates adding that same 0.8% per print. If we pull that right the way down, we run all the way down here until we see that we get to the target of 2 billion tokens. That would be 76 days. So by that logic, provided you print, and if that only happens if the TWAP remains above 1.01 at the end of each epoch, which is every 6 hours, because there are 4 in each day. If you remain with the epoch, at the end of the epoch, the TWAP is above 1.01, then you will print. And the only way that we're going to do that is if, when you print, you do not sell your tomb. If you sell the tomb, then the TWAP's going to reduce. So the next epoch, you're not going to print. So going back to what I said previously about combining the tomb with the phantom and going and putting it into the LP, or even single staking the tomb so that you don't have to sell it, whatever you can do that's going to generate you money without having to sell the tomb is going to make this process continue. Everyone's going to profit. So just as a recap, 10k in, 62k out, because you've still got your 10k in. 10k plus 52k, 62k out, and that could happen in 76 days. 76 days to turn 10k to 62k. Absolutely bonkers. So yeah, again, if you like this content and you want me to keep creating it, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment with what it is that you think about the logic behind here. And before I go, because a lot of people are going to be questioning whether this is sustainable or not, let's just pull over here to the reasons why tomb is required. So we're going to print it, but why we're going to print it? So we're going to release a token called Life, token Fanti, and then we're going to have the Felix centralized exchange, which I believe is on the Binance cloud. We're going to use Phantom Pad, which burns tomb in order to give you access to buying products or tokens before they're available for sale. So as an example, Life and Fanti potentially could be given out through Phantom Pad. Multi-chain, I'm not entirely sure what that is. Tomb trading pairs, so that's going to be being able to buy other things with tomb as the actual underlying asset. So whereas right now, if you go and buy a T-share, you buy T-share against a phantom. So this is talking about buying a T-share as a trading pair against a tomb. And then there's no reason why we couldn't be buying things like Boo, for example. We could have a Tomb Boo trading pair. Layer 2, so the purpose of that will be when the phantom network is congested, you could do the processing separately inside a tomb layer 2 and then take the result of that computation and then once it's done, rather than doing lots and lots of individual transactions on the Phantom network, you would do all of these transactions within the Tomb Layer 2, and then you will go and add the result of those transactions onto the Phantom blockchain, which would result in only one payment on the Phantom blockchain. Gas token, as far as I'm aware, that would be paying gas on other blockchains using the Tomb token. You've also got the Chainlink Oracle. I have no idea what that is, so a bit more research to be done there on my part. And you've got Tomb Swap. So Tomb Swap is instead of having to go over to Spooky Swap to be able to swap your Phantom, Tomb, T-shares, and I believe we're looking at doing USDC as well, you'll be able to do all of that straight out of the Tomb website. So I believe when they talk about owning your liquidity, would be that we would have Tomb specific liquidity pairs. Now, if I've got any of that wrong, or you've got any further questions, drop us some comments on this video, and I'll do my best to research with a bit more information as to the intricacies of all of these different things. So if you've stuck it out to the very end, thank you very much, and goodbye.